Hi guys, I'm here with another video and I'm gonna be doing my everyday makeup routine today. These are the products I kind of use on a daily basis. Obviously I kind of mix it up sometimes, so I might not always use this foundation or this primer, but if I was doing my makeup today, this is what I'd be using. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of show you how I do my makeup. May as well just get started. I'm going to first use the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer just on my eyes as like an eye base. I'm using this mirror. I'm not actually going to use this palette, but it's a big mirror and it's good. So yeah, so I just pop that on there, kind of however it goes on. I just like that this kind of evens out my eyelid completely because I have quite dark eyelids, as you can probably tell. And the brush I used was the Real Techniques, I think it's called the flat foundation brush. It's really old, it's come off. I've never used it as a foundation brush. And I'm going to use the Morphe S27 brush. And I know I said I wasn't actually using this palette, but I'm just gonna set that concealer with the white shade in here. I think it's called Penguin. I could be wrong. And this is the Revolution Soph palette. It's really pretty. I do use it quite a lot, just on a daily kind of simple look. I haven't used it for a while, to be fair. And then I'm going to go into the Born This Way Too Faced The Natural Nudes palette, which I spoke about in my favourite makeup video, so we know that I really like this. I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to take the shade Petal and just blend that in the crease. It's just a pale pink shade. By the way, before I started filming this video, all I did was my skincare and my lip injection on my lips, which I always do before I start doing my makeup, just so my lips are nice and prepped before I start applying makeup. I think it's quite good, like it really has plumped my lips up quite a lot. I did have lip filler like half a year ago, maybe more, but I only had a little bit and I think it's gone now, so all that's lip injection lip gloss. Just a nice light wash of colour on there. And then I'm going to take this shade Warm Rose on the same brush and just kind of make that colour a bit more defined and deep, even though it's still a light shade really. I love these shadows, they blend so nice. I'm just doing a really basic look. And now I've taken the Morphe S12 brush, which is just a littler one. I'm taking the shade Cocoa and putting that deeper into that outer V section. Dragging it up a little bit further. I love this shade Cocoa. I don't know why, I just love it. I'm just going to add a little bit of Truffle, which is the dark brown shade, right in that corner, just there. And I'm literally just patting it on ever so slightly, not adding too much. I kind of do the same kind of technique on my eye with everything I use. I'm just used to it and it suits my eye shape. Well, I think it does. Yeah. And then I'm going to use a shimmer shade. I think I'm going to use this one, Sparkling Sand. And I'm just taking that on my finger and pressing it onto my eyelid. I'm not carving it out to add it or anything because I just can't be bothered when I'm doing my makeup quickly. So if this is an everyday routine, then this is what I would be doing. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. Really basic. So that's it for shadow for now. Obviously, I'll do my lower lash line later on. So next I'm going to add my eyeliner. I've got the Benefit Roller Liner, which is my favourite one. Bear with me, I'm really not very good at eyeliner. So we'll see how this goes. If I need to take it off, then I will. I don't like too big of a wing because my eyes kind of can't handle that. I don't know how some people literally just go and it's done. And I'm like, ah, for ages. I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of think it's easier to do eyeliner on someone else. Because I've got more hands to like pull the skin. When I say pull, I don't really mean pull, but... Okay, so that one is alright. To be fair, I need a new eyeliner. This one's kind of just starting to dry out. I have had it a long time. Yeah, that'll do. It's not perfect. And the mascara that I'm going to add is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This is the brush. I love this mascara. It's so good and it's affordable. Yeah. So that's the mascara. I'm just going to go and pop my lashes on off camera. I'm going to use some Tatti lashes. I think they are the TL39 lashes, but I will let you know for sure when I'm back and show you how they look. Hi, I'm back. These are my lashes and they are the TL39 ones. I love them. I've wore these ones quite a few times now, but they're still looking fine in my opinion. Yeah, I've repurchased some Tatti lashes, but I haven't got this style, but I think I might get these ones at some point. Anyway, so now I've put my lashes on, I'm going to go in with primer. I know I might do my makeup in a bit of a weird order. I don't really know what order people do it in. This is the order I do it in. So for primer, I'm going to use this one. It's the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I love this one because it's kind of got like a nice golden glow to it, and I literally just add a pump and then use my fingers to blend it onto my face, and I just put it everywhere and it smells so nice. I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of holidays. So yeah, it just adds a nice glow to the skin, and that's that. And then I'm gonna put my foundation on, and I'm going to use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer, and it's got one of those like doe foots, so I'm literally just going to draw it on my face. I never know how much foundation to draw on my face when I use this, and I always put too much on. Oh well. Because I'm drawing it on and I'm like, is that enough? Like, that's not enough. And then it is enough. So to blend that out, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Looks Complexion Perfection brush. This brush is literally so nice. It's so soft. Since I started using this, it's changed my makeup game. Everything just blends out so much nicer. So as you can see, this foundation is probably slightly too dark, but I can make it work. And I just love it, so I do. Blend it all the way down. So now I've blended that out. I know it's not perfect, but I'm going to be adding quite a bit of concealer and stuff, so I always kind of just roughly put it on. I'm going to use this Born This Way Too Faced. It's the concealer, but I've got it in the shade Honey, and I'm going to use it to kind of contour a little bit. So all I do is I literally just draw a little bit on both sides and a little bit here, and a tiny bit there, and on my nose. I don't always do every single one of these, but today I'm going to. And then I'm going to use the Real Techniques kind of buffer brush to blend that out. I'm getting it in my hair. I'm such a savage, I literally just like whack it everywhere. Always push it up a little bit, kind of make sure it gets on my temple as well. And I'm not too bothered about it being perfect everywhere right now, because like I say, I've not got my concealer on yet. And I'll blend everything with my beauty blender. Well, Real Techniques beauty blender as well. Just think this defines my face a little bit more. I'm still going to use bronzer. I'm just going to do that. Obviously, I'm still going to conceal there. So, as I keep saying, it doesn't have to be perfect for me. I'm not really bothered. And then I'm going to use my colour correctors under my eyes, because I do have quite dark eyes, as you can probably tell. So first I'm going to use this one. It's the Becca Under Eye Corrector in the shade Light to Medium. And I literally just take some on my finger like this, just rub it in and tap it out under my eye. I should probably be more gentle than this, but I'm not. So yeah, I do add plenty of that. And I really think it helps brighten the area. Like already you can tell it's so much brighter. And then as well as that corrector, I use the Smashbox one, the colour correcting stick in the shade Look Less Tired Light. And I literally just draw that right on the area. It's just a crayon. Yeah. And then I'll tap that out. And already you can see how my under eyes just look 10 times better, and I've not concealed them yet. So I couldn't live without those correctors. I know I spoke about them already in my makeup favourites. And then I'm going to go in with my concealer on the top, which is the Born This Way one, like the one I used to contour, but this one is in the shade Snow. So I literally just draw some there, a little bit here, here, a tiny bit just on my nose. And then I always blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. I really do need to get a new one. It's not terrible, but I do need a new one. And it is damp. And then I'm going to take the brush that I used to blend out that contour and just re-go over those areas just to make sure it meshes nicely with the concealer. And then the IT Cosmetics foundation brush that I used, I'm going to use the concealer side and just get right under, just to make sure that the creasing isn't there before I set that into place. Sometimes I use the Benefit, I think it's called the Cakeless Concealer, and add a little bit there just to extra brighten the area, because I've got quite a light shade of that, but I haven't brought it in here and I don't do it every day. So, and then to set my face, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder, and I'm going to use this Real Techniques, I think it's a contour brush. I'm just literally going to tap a little bit into the lid and pop my brush in it and literally just set. I set all the concealed areas with this, mostly under my eyes. Whatever I've not used, I tap back in to the pot. I just need to down my tea because it's going cold. And then once I've used that loose powder, I go in with the pressed powder. Again, the Too Faced Born This Way pressed powder. And I'm using a big Spectrum A01 brush. I'm just putting it all over just to set my face. I love this powder. Look how much it's just like smoothed me out. Yeah, once I've done that, I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty bronzer. And for that, I'm gonna use the Spectrum A05 brush, which is like this. This bronzer is like very buildable, so it doesn't go on too kind of pigmented from the start. Obviously it is pigmented, but it's not like, oh my god, I've added too much and now I need to blend that out. As you can see, it just adds a nice warmth. And mine is in the shade Shady Biz, which is the second lightest one, I believe. Yeah, it is. It's the second lightest one. Obviously, I'm quite fair, but I definitely feel like this is enough bronze for me. Like I say, because this isn't super pigmented, I have to like keep going in. But I like that because it makes it look quite like natural but bronze, like it blends so nicely and it doesn't go muddy or patchy or anything. And then I'll just take the same brush and just put it down my nose. So then for blusher, I'm going to use this one, the Clinique Cheek Pop Blush Pop in Ginger Pop. Again, another product I mentioned in my favourite makeup. Now you get to see how they all work, which is fun. And I'm using the Wet n Wild. I'm not sure what this brush is, but it looks like this. It might be like the contour brush or something. And then I add on my blush like this. And I make sure to take it like quite far up my temple. I just think it works better for my face shape than just kind of focusing here on the apples of my cheeks. So once I've added my blusher, I normally just kind of dab over it with my beauty blender just think it makes everything mesh a little bit nicer. There's the blusher. Obviously, I've only added a little bit. It depends what mood I'm in, how much blusher I add. Then to highlight, I'm going to use this one. It's the Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess Illuminating Powder Gelée in Heatwave. And I'm using this Morphe M500 brush. Yeah, so I literally just kind of rub it in it. And whack it on the high points of my cheeks. And also just dust a little bit on my forehead, down my nose and my chin, but mostly I'm concentrating on these parts of my face. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take this little like pencil brush. It's the Zoeva 230 Luxe pencil brush. Got there in the end. And I just add it right there. Once I've done that, I'm going to go back into the Too Faced Natural Nudes palette and just finish up those lower lash lines. So I'm going to use this little brush that I used earlier, the Morphe S12. And I'm just going to take a mixture of Warm Rose and Cocoa. Just tap into them both, tap it off, and then I'm going to just run that along the lower lash line, but just kind of the outer portion. To be fair, I think I'm going to just bring it little bit further in. And then I'm just going to pop my mascara, my Maybelline one that I used earlier. I'm just going to pop that on my lower lashes as well. Then finally I need to do my brows. I'm going to use the Benefit Browsings palette. It's got the little powder and the wax in it, like this. And then, yeah, I'm going to use the brush that comes in it because it works. So I'm taking the kind of wax bit and... I mean, I'm not great at doing my brows, but luckily I've got a decent kind of shape to go off. Brushing up at the bit front just to kind of coat the hairs a little bit with the wax. And then I'm going to take the powder from the same Browsings palette. Just carry on adding colour, basically. Yeah, so you can see the difference, but I don't kind of add too much. I want to try like soap brows, but I don't know if it would suit me. I think I'm just used to kind of seeing my brows like this. This brow is kind of a little bit smaller than this one. It doesn't come up as high, so I have to add a little bit more to this one, but I always struggle and I end up making this one really big, and then I'm like, oh, I have to make this one bigger, and I'm going to end up with like eyebrows halfway up my forehead. So once I'm happy with my eyebrows with the gel and the wax, I just use this L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. I've had it for ages because I don't like use a lot. I literally just brush a tiny bit through. I think that they still make this, but I hope they do. I mean, I just buy any, to be honest. The Rimmel Brow This Way I used quite a lot. I just do it to kind of define the brow hairs a little bit more, just so they look a little bit more natural, more than anything. Yeah, so that's my brows. I'm going to do my lips before my setting spray, and then I'm done. I'm first going to take NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in London. It's just a nude colour. Just sharpened it. Yeah, so I'm going to just apply my lip liner. I don't add too much. Yeah, so once I'm happy with that, I mean, I don't fill in the entire lip. I'm going to go in with the lipstick. I've got the MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick. Look how much I've got left, like basically none. But I just realised I've got 2 full ones already. I kind of thought I had 1, but not 2. I don't know how I've accumulated all these Velvet Teddies, but I have. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that straight on. I love this lipstick. It's matte but super creamy, so it feels nice and comfortable. And then on top of that, I'm going to add the Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the shade Fussy, just to make it glossy, really. It does kind of alter the colour slightly, but not much at all. Yeah, so that is literally my favourite lip combo. I just love those 3 together. I kind of swap the lip liner sometimes, but that's just perfect for every day for me. And then finally, I'm going to add my setting spray, which is the Morphe one, the Morphe Continuous Mist. And I literally just spray it on my face. It just makes my powders like melt in nicely. And that's it. That's my whole everyday makeup look. I like the end results. I think it's, I was going to say it's quick. I mean, it's not really quick. I don't do like a, oh, quick everyday makeup look. I'm either all or nothing really. I'd rather just have nothing on if I'm going to make it kind of nothing. Unless I'm on holiday, then I'll use like a tinted moisturiser or something. But other than that, this is what I go for every day. I hope that you liked my video, and if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments below. Let me know what you use every day, if you use any of these products. Yeah, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. On it. I dropped it. My bad.